This is the true crime story of Mark Twitchell. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can know each and every time that I upload. Born on July 4th, 1979, Mark Andrew Twitchell grew up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. He had an interest in film and graduated from the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology with a bachelor's degree in radio and television arts in 2000. According to the Edmonton Journal, he made a fan film called Star Wars: Secrets of the Rebellion that generated buzz online. Along the way, Twitchell also seemed to develop an obsession with murder and death. He became especially enchanted with the American TV show Dexter, which follows the story of a blood spatter expert who kills murderers that avoided prosecution.
Hello?
Dexter, I need you to go to an all-night pharmacy right away.
I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Whatever you're doing can wait.
Kids. Dexter Morgan, good suburban husband, happy father of 3. On paper, anyway.
You better be a cop.
No, forensics.
That was my favorite blood spatter analyst.
Who are you?
I'm the person who's going to keep you from killing any more women.
Twitchell even ran a Facebook page where he wrote about the episodes from Dexter's point of view. According to CBC, a woman who met Twitchell through the Dexter Morgan Facebook page testified that they shared their love for the TV show through online messages. And I quote, "We all have a dark side, some darker than others, and you're not the only one to relate to Dexter." Twitchell wrote in one message, he added, "It sometimes scares me how much I relate." But no one knew, not Twitchell's Facebook friends nor his wife, just how much Twitchell believed that he related to Dexter. In October 2008, Mark Twitchell put his dark side into action. On October 3rd, 2008, Gillis Tretrot drove to a garage in Edmonton, believing that he was about to meet a woman named Sheena. Sheena, aka Mark Twitchell, had refused to tell Tretrot her exact address, giving him only driving instructions. And I quote, "The garage door will be open for you a touch," Sheena had written. "Don't worry about the neighbors thinking you're a burglar." But as soon as Tretrot arrived, someone attacked him from behind. And I quote, "I was just really bewildered. I didn't know what was going on," he said in the documentary, My Online Nightmare. "That's when I looked back to see this man hovering behind me with a hockey mask. At that instant, I knew there was no date." Though his assailant had a gun, Twitchell decided to take his chances and fight back. He lunged at his assailant and grabbed his weapon, then realized that he was holding a plastic gun. After a brief scuffle, Twitchell was able to overpower his attacker and escape from the garage. He was so embarrassed about the encounter that he didn't tell anyone, not one single soul. And a week later, another man, 38-year-old Johnny Altinger, went to meet a date at Twitchell's garage. Once again, the victim believed he had met a woman on Plenty of Fish and followed her online instructions to Twitchell's garage. Once he arrived, police believed that Twitchell hit him over the head with a pipe, stabbed him to death, and then dismembered his body. Just a few days later, Mark Twitchell sent a message to his Facebook friend, "Suffice it to say that I crossed the line on Friday," he wrote, "and I liked it." After Johnny Altinger disappeared, his friends received a strange message stating that he met an extraordinary woman named Jen who'd offered to take him on a nice long tropical vacation. Altinger's friends found this highly suspicious, and since Altinger had shared the driving directions sent by his date before he disappeared, They reported him missing and forwarded the directions to the police. The directions led police directly to Mark Twitchell's door. At his garage, they found an eerily Dexter-like scene that included plastic sheets on the window, a blood-spattered table, and cleaning supplies. When they found Altinger's blood in Twitchell's car, they arrested him on October 31st, 2008. But Twitchell claimed he could explain everything. He told the police that he'd been filming a movie called House of Cards that just happened to be about men who were killed after being lured to a garage for a date. Later, Twitchell insisted that he lured Twitchell and Altinger to the garage because he thought he'd attack them and let them escape, so that when his movie came out, they'd come forward, thus creating a buzz. The plot of House of Cards might have seemed suspicious to police, but it was nothing next to a deleted file they later found on Twitchell's computer titled SK Confessions. Though Twitchell said it was just a screenplay, investigators believe that SK meant serial killer and that the documents were actually a detailed account of Twitchell's crime. This story is based on true events, Mark Twitchell wrote. The names and events were altered slightly to protect the guilty. This is a story of my progression into becoming a serial killer. In the document, he describes setting up his kill room and gathering plastic sheeting, a steel drum for the body parts, as well as weapons like a butcher knife and a serrated saw for the bones. The Sun additionally reported that passages in SK Confessions lined up almost perfectly with Gallus Tourette's police interview, as Tourette had come forward with his own experience after reading about Twitchell's arrest. Yet Twitchell continued to make excuses. According to CBS, he admitted to killing Altinger, but insisted that Altinger had become enraged when he realized that the date was a setup. As Twitchell tells it, he was forced to kill Altinger in self-defense. A jury of his peers did not buy it. They found Mark Twitchell guilty of first-degree murder, and he was sentenced to a minimum of 25 years in prison. But the question remains, was Twitchell inspired to kill by the show Dexter? Though he's become known as the Dexter Killer, Twitchell himself denies that his crimes have anything to do with the fictional character. In SK Confessions, he wrote that though the crimes were not a copycat of the style of Dexter Morgan, he still wanted to pay homage to the character and to Steve Lillenbuen, who corresponded extensively with Twitchell for his book, The Devil's Cinema, the untold story behind Mark Twitchell's kill room. Twitchell said, "As you're aware, Dexter has almost nothing to do with my case. It has no bearings whatsoever on what actually happened." Twitchell added, "There is no root cause, no school bully or impressionably gory movies or video game violence or Showtime television series to point the finger at. It is what it is. I am what I am." Lillenbuen, however, has his doubts. Talking to CBS, the author called Twitchell's insistence that Dexter had nothing to do with his crimes ridiculous and a logical disconnect. Maybe Mark Twitchell wanted to kill like Dexter, and maybe he didn't. That doesn't change the fact that his crimes and Dexter's fictional ones had obvious parallels. From having a kill room to using plastic sheeting, Twitchell, a self-proclaimed Dexter fan, killed like the character did. Fortunately, it took police far less time to catch up with Mark Twitchell than it took their fictional counterparts to catch up with Dexter Morgan. Well, guys, this was definitely an interesting case to research. Comment down below and tell me what you think about this case. Also, let me know if there's any particular cases that you would like for me to research and to post. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and join the family by hitting the subscribe button.